Hi everyone. So today I'm going to walk through how authentication works using Microsoft Entra ID. So whenever a user signs into an application that is integrated with Entra ID, the authentication process is handled by Entra ID itself. In this video, I'll show the basic flow and where this authentication happens inside the Entra ID. Before jumping into how it works, let's quickly clarify what authentication means. Authentication simply answers the question, who are you? When a user signs into an application that uses Enter ID, the application does not verify the password itself. Instead, it redirects the user to Enter ID. Enter ID then verifies the user's identity and then returns a token that the application can trust. This authentication is provided by the Microsoft Enter ID Identity Service. Now, this is the Microsoft Enter ID admin setup. When an application wants to authenticate users using Enter ID, it needs an app registration. So let's go to app registrations. It's under Enter ID, the app registrations. Here we can see all the applications that are integrated with Enter ID. Let's open one of the app. This application represents an identity configuration for an app that wants to use Enter ID authentication. This is a demo app called Contoso Production. Now under the authentication blade, this is a section called authentication. This is where we configure how users authenticate to the application. For example, we can set up redirect URIs, platform type is the web, single page application, mobile application, logout URLs. So here's how we add, select what type of application it is. It's a mobile or desktop applications. Then we can configure it as we want. Here it's settings. We set up whether it has to be implicit grant or hybrid pros. We'll go into that later in detail. Then also set up logout URL, and that's how you can set up the configuration. When a user signs in, Enter ID sends the authentication response back to this redirect URI which we add here. The redirect URI tells Enter ID where to send the authentication response after the user successfully signs in. Let's understand a little bit about tokens. After the user authenticates, Enter ID issues a token. The token contains information about the user, such as its user identity, tenant, permissions or scopes, and more. The application receives this token and uses it to grant access. There are different protocols that are used. This process typically uses standards like OAuth 2.0, OpenID Connect. These are different types of protocols which are used. We will go in deep in other videos. To see authentication activity, we can go to sign in logs, that's under monitoring and health. Yeah. So these logs show every authentication attempt, whether it is interactive, not interactive, if it's app or a user managed identity, all the sign-in activities. These logs show each and every attempt of those. Here we can see who signed in, which application they accessed, whether they sign in succeeded or failed. This is also where administrators investigate authentication issues. See, like these are the types of applications, whether it was successful or not, from which IP address it was accessed, what resource ID. So it helps in troubleshooting if there are any authentication issues. So at a high level, Enter ID authentication works like this. A user tries to sign in to an application. The app redirects the user to Enter ID. Enter ID verifies the user. A token is issued and returned to the application. That's the basic authentication flow using Enter ID. In future videos, we will look deeper into tokens, OAuth flows, and permissions as well. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any doubts, comments, please feel free to comment below. Thank you.